Hello, greetings, my friend. This is Gilles. I wanted to wish you a good day. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. For this, I hope this channel will grow and these energies, these understandings will be anchored. For most of humanity who is awakening now, they're more interested by the darkness, they want the darkness. They're more fascinated by all the dark things that they're discovering than for the light that is above. But that will change. They will eventually transmute that. I'm here to remind you that you are the light of God. And once you know that, you see that, you will like what you see. It's about letting go of the ignorance and the conditioning and choosing the light, choosing the wisdom, for that is your true nature and nothing else. For you stand ready to respond to the call of God, stand in the silence. For if you cannot do what you want to do right now, just be what you want to be already. That is already within our power to be what we want to be. And from there, the opportunity to do what we want to do in relation to our new being will open up. For God does not sort out his children, the good, the bad, the ugly. He loves them all equally. But because of free will, God forces us to face the consequences of each of our actions in order to learn. Yet this inner guidance, when we do something that deviates from the past, God will always show us and bring us back kindly into the center with forgiveness and allow us to adjust our behavior. And so think of God as your love, or your deepest, your best friend. That's the best thing you can think of God. For God never forgets about you. Sometimes you forget about God, but God never forgets about you. And sometimes we feel like we're here to serve God, which in some sense we are. But far more important is to understand that God is serving us each and every day. It is always there. And it's all a matter of attitude. Everything is a matter of attitude. It's like life is this great canvas. In a sense, it's a blank canvas, and once we are free in the fifth dimension or in higher, we see life as a blank canvas, and we create it every day from our inner self and inspiration. But in 3D, we look at this canvas and we see this beautiful canvas, but there's all kinds of damages. There's like imperfection and things that needs to be repaired, restored. And so the attitude in like, oh, this is a beautiful canvas, but I don't really want to look at it because it's not perfect. There is all kinds of cracks and things. So the attitude is to say, well, there is those cracks. I want to look at those cracks in order to find the right color, to restore it to its perfect and eternal original state. So we're no longer distracted now by those things of 3D. We want to find the inspiration and follow up on it. For the doors of paradise are opening up before us. So we have to stay humble, because what is given, the state of grace, is utterly beyond any cause we have created. It is a gift that is transcendental. That's way, way beyond what we could have created by ourselves. So it's about to stay humble. It is beyond our merit, and once we receive it, our mission is to share that grace, because we can no longer be what we used to be. So it's about letting go and making small change each and every day, every morning. And so we have to learn to be the eyes, the ears, and the hands of God into this world. This is our mission, to bring the healing whenever we go. So this is essentially, I'm going to talk about different things, material and spiritual. For spirituality is always available on the vertical axis, the pillar of light, and the world of physicality is called cross of matter. It is an unfolding time, like a sequence, like a movie that's been broadcasted into our mind. It is a everybody's following his own movie, and in a sense, we're all the creator of our own scenario, and we have hired actors to play parts, and so make your movie as adventurous, adventure comedy, as pleasant as possible, for it is your life. So we may as well choose to make it, to not allow the dramas of the 3D to interfere with the beauty of the fifth dimensional reality that is before us. That is far closer than what we think, actually. For right now, the past is unity. The present is a trial, is a challenge. So we are being challenged through this process, and the future is a consolation. We're going to be able to find this healing, to find this consolation. What we are working on right now is success. And the outcome of that work that we are doing, working through to succeed in relationship to solving our own equation, a mental, emotional, and physical equation, it is by bringing those three into alignment, is trust. We're going to be able to trust and flow. The Archangel Michael has announced that he will intervene. For the Archangel Michael is one of the most powerful beings in the universe. It's a beautiful, for all archangels are beautiful divine beings they are angels that are connected to legion of angels. When you think of an archangel, one of his angels will come in a form of the archangel to be with you. And so call on him whenever there is a fear. Call on Michael, call on Michael. For there was a non-interference for a very long time, just to see how much love and compassion we could unfold, humanity could unfold from within them. But now we have reached the end of that cycle, so this non-interference will no longer be necessary. For there are 800,000 archangels in our local universe, but there are millions of planets, so a lot of them are busy with other planets. Yet this planet, from a celestial standpoint, is very surprising. From beings that, in the Urantia, they explain that the beings that come from other universes are very surprised to see this little planet that's so confused to be such a great center for archangelic activities. For we are being blessed with the attention of some of the greatest, the primal archangels of our universe. And so call on them. They are very, very powerful in assistance. And so whenever you call on them, or Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Metatron, any archangel you feel comfortable. But here we want to really get used to this energy of Michael, who's the archangel of power, the archangel of truth. Is that every time you think of him and you call on him, even if you cannot see him, even if you can not feel his energy right away, you're creating this connection. So it's very important. Spirit revealed to me that when I will ascend into the higher spirit, the higher angelic frequency, he will be my guide there. He also told me that because of the specificity of my mission on the earth, I have been part of my spirit guides, and archangels has been assigned to assist me in my mission here on this earth. I haven't really met him or her yet, but but I can already contact them through my beloved guardian angel, with whom I have a very deep and personal relationship. And so, but call on Michael. He will interfere. He's going to interfere. He's already cut out the head of the dragon in the astral planes, because at some point the fear of humanity was so powerful that he was going to swallow up the world. And so Michael went with his sword, the Excalibur, and cut up the head of the dragon, because this fear had become sentient. It had become a being. And so, but it's been a lot of the astral planes have been cleared up. The next act that will be coming, to speak more materiality, maybe it's going to be revelation. Maybe it's going to be about the positive extraterrestrial. There's new videos coming from the Pentagon, so it could be about negative extraterrestrials. They are the ones that are pulling the strings behind the dark humans that we know, the dark groups and so on. They may be about the underground cities, negative or positive. For there are all kinds of. There is a whole society of beings that live within the crust of the earth. So it may be about the inner earth, the Agartha. So many things can be coming about. Just be ready for anything in any event. I'm going to pull one more card. Then I'm going to discuss two little things that are more scientific, from a scientific level. The card of the day is the message in the bottle. Listen to the messages of life. The messages of life, as René Descartes says, it can come from anywhere, anytime. Wisdom can be found anywhere when you're receptive to it. What Descartes thought is that there could be just as much wisdom in a conversation with anyone in any countries as in all the great books of philosophy. For wisdom is part, when we open to the living presence of God, the highest wisdom can be communicated to us. So pay attention to all the some messages that can be sent to you directly from your Creator through whatever means and vehicle that it doesn't really matter, for all is one. I thought to say that the cat's out of the bag. I've discovered this cure, this natural cure for this COVID-19, but also for all kinds of viral problems. I'm sure it can cure so many other viral problems, and it was given to me by the spirits. And so, but at some point I realized I have to communicate this. So I send a letter to the WHO. The World Health Organization, but I was afraid he was falling on deaf ears. So I sent a message to I don't know. I have to leave it open. So I send the same message, very short message. It's a very simple protocol about taking a bath with baking soda and apple cider vinegar for 20 minutes, and cleans up all the viral infection. So it's a victory for natural medicine as well. So I sent also a message to the French president. I sent also a message to the American president, to the Russian president, to the Italian president of the council, to the Prime Minister of England, and yesterday I got the information that I should send it to the president of China. So I looked for it and I couldn't find it. So I went back into my kitchen to do my lunch. And but his face kept coming back. It was like, oh, he just insists that I should do that. And so I went back to the internet on my phone and I did find it. So I sent it to him. And also wanted to send it to the president of Spain, but I couldn't find a way to send it to him. But I think it's enough that I think the Russian, the American, and the Italian will test it. And if it works in a couple of weeks, this information will come back into the mainstream news. So we'll see. It will be an interesting process for it could really save the world from all those need for vaccination or whatever. For this will be a cure that will be efficient and complete for all vaccination. The idea of vaccination is not all that bad originally, but there is all kinds of side effects and genetics problems that comes through the children of those who have been vaccinated, and all kinds of children in hospitals now. Most of the biggest cause for that is the vaccinations of their parents, and so eventually they'll have to understand that. Another thing also then from a scientific perspective, for those who can believe, for it is something very personal I'm sharing here, but Albert Einstein, I was discussing the idea of finding a way to disprove the theory of Georges Lemaitre about this Big Bang, in order to reinstate the theory of general relativity of Albert Einstein that says that the universe is eternal, is the cosmos, is the eternal perfection. It will always be, always have been, always will be. And so by doing that, the vision of Albert Einstein came back to in my vision the other morning. And Einstein is a good friend. We've never met. We're not the same generation. We've never met physically. But it's an old connection from Atlantis. We knew each other a long time ago. And so we have this relationship, and in 1991 I was living in Coconut Grove, Florida, and I was opening to my spirit senses, but I had this deep emotional problem that I was going through, and for many nights I used to go have dreams with him, and we used to meet in this wooden cabin in the Alps, in this beautiful place, and we have this conversation. We never talked about science. He was always trying to assist me in resolving my emotional situation. But I used to have for many days I used to meet with him on the astral plane during my dream state. So he's a good friend, and I'm sure he will be happy that this theory of general relativity be reinstated, and we can put away all this Big Bang that is completely it's not really there is no reality behind it. It's just part of the imagination, which is strange, because Georges Lemaitre was wearing a robe of the ecclesiastic. To imagine a series so poor in spirit when you come from you're supposed to be a man of God is quite strange. But it's a theory that's been accepted by the world. This series of the Big Bang, yet it is throwing out of whack all kinds of truths, because we said, well, no, but because of the Big Bang, and so we'll see how this unfolds. The paintings behind me. This is a painting I've been working on. I'm not really sure it's quite finished just yet, but I thought I'd show it today. It's a girl that's looking at herself in the mirror, and then from the mirror she was looking into the eyes of the photographer, of the person who's looking. It was done from photo, someone I know. But then I couldn't figure out the face, and but this blue face kind of worked. It's like the mystery of the looking in the mirror. I'm not sure. I'm going very slow. And here it is a painting about the family of Sol, Sol, the Solaris, Solara, the great sun, our great beautiful, the light giver. Also consider your sun your friend. Yeah? We have to have a friendly attitude to get his energy more and more. And all the little planets that goes around it, it's like 150 planets with signs and symbols. I've made many paintings on that subject, a few of them, and I'm looking forward when I get set up into a new house, a new studio, to do some large paintings, or even monumental paintings for it will be quite interesting, we'll see. I'm going to sing a song from a band. The band was called The Fifth Dimension, and it's called The Age of Aquarius. When the moon is in the seventh house, and Jupiter aligns with Mars, Mars. Then peace will guide the planet, and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. No more falsehoods or derision, golden living dream of vision, mystic crystal revelation and the mind's true liberation. Aquarius, Aquarius. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shining. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shining. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shining. We'll pull one more card. It is the Chariot. It is the public recognition. It is the goer. It is the vehicle forward. It is the Archangel Metatron. We although Michael is very, we do want to, it may be the easiest of all archangels to connect on a vibrational level. So we do want to continue to work with Michael. We also want to invite the great Archangel Metatron into our life, and it says determination and self-control, evolution of career, public recognition of a success. So it is all there. Huh? He's got those two unicorns that pulling the chariots, and so it is a great time for being ready to stand on the leading edge. The doors of paradise are in front of us. So stand on the leading edge. Be what you need to be in order for the universe to prepare you for the universe to open the door, and so you will be able to do what you want to do at the end of this process. Thank you very much. Namaste.